Hi, this is Tim, and this is another episode of the Black Cannabis Culture. Today we're going to talk politics and terrorism. Um, the impending terrorist attack against the African American community in comparison to ISIS and the terrorist plot on the world and the presidential election. Who we think was going to win the presidential election. First of all, let's give thanks and praises to the Most High and bless the sky. First of all, presidential campaign. The presidential campaign is really a farce. If we were going to vote by popularity at this point, it wouldn't be Donald Trump. It would probably be more like Hillary Clinton who would win the overall election. My money, though, is on an underdog, Jeb Bush. I really don't think there's any way Jeb Bush could lose this election. I mean, his brother was the president. His father was the president. His father was the head or number two guy in control of the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. So, and they're known for putting people in power, whether it be puppet governments or whether it be, third world countries or, sometimes even larger. The fact that his father became president after running the CIA, then his son became president. Those are all factors that weigh heavily on the determination of Electoral College, the Electoral College. I mean, many of you may not think so. Think it's just a popularity contest like high school, but your president is elected by the Electoral College, and that's the votes of the senators and congressmen. Once you've given your vote, then they give their vote reflecting how you voted. Rastafari don't really deal with no politics. Rastafari deal with a government, the earth rightful ruler, Haile Selassie, His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. Is like a central Christ figure to Rastafarians or to people of subculture, the Rastafarian community. I'm not completely, I'm a believer of many faiths, okay? Rastafarian being one of them, Christian being one of them, Islam being one of them, Buddhism being one of them. Judaism being one of them. I say there are many religions and one God. God gave us many paths to Him because there are many different ethnic groups and cultures and languages. So there had to be more than one path because there's not even one language. So the prize in it is knowing there's something greater in you than just your physical body. Having somebody in the Holy Temple here. Donald Trump is making a farce of the political campaign. He may be the front runner now, but Donald Trump will not be elected president of the United States. I saw a rally in Raleigh, North Carolina, where I'm from, North Carolina. And these black people were egging Donald Trump on. Like he's the end all, the be all, the next greatest thing. I'm like, Where do you find these black people at? Where, where, if you pay people enough, they'll say anything. So these people will figure that just because Donald Trump is wealthy, he's going to give them some money or put them in power if they endorse him. Definitely not the case. This is not an episode of The Apprentice. This is the United States government, okay? So there's a big difference. And even though if I had some real estate projects that I wanted to run, you know, I would definitely make Donald Trump my go-to guy. But as far as running the whole country, no. Black Cannabis Culture says no, that would not be a good idea. Okay? And on the political scene, we're not saying who to vote for, but we're just giving you our synopsis of certain candidates. Wish the Democrats had a stronger candidate than Bernie Sanders to run against Hillary Clinton. Not because I don't like Hillary Clinton. I think that she would be bad in power. I mean, to me, it would be like giving Bill Clinton a second chance to go into power without the stresses of actually being the head of state, so he can make some even better decisions. I mean, I had a great time under Bill Clinton as far as when he was president. As far as I progressed, my mind wasn't plagued or plagued with me being seen as a black man or the unconscious or sometimes conscious bombardment of attacks against the African American male. I wasn't kind of really dealing with that. I was dealing with just being a citizen and just getting the rewards of what citizenship brings you. Also, Hillary Clinton, she may make a good president. I mean, like I said, she's got Bill Clinton back. She may be too erratic to be president. I don't know. She's still a woman. But the second part of this speech on politics and current events is the attacks on African American males have to stop. I mean, because of universal law and justice, if you don't stop killing African American males, then your own children are going to kill you. You know, your own children are going to turn the guns on you. It's universal justice and the laws of the universe that you're dealing with, as opposed to just your laws and your justice. It was universal justice that overthrew Hitler in World War II. It was universal justice that freed African Americans from slavery. It was universal justice that changed apartheid. It was universal justice that brought about the first black president in a majority white or Caucasian country. It was universal justice that brings hurricanes to the shores of America every year, coming from the Horn or the Cape of Africa. It was universal justice that caused Haiti to revolt and overthrow the French. It was universal justice that caused the Haitians to learn Roman Catholicism and in turn turn it to voodoo, where they could worship the African gods from their homeland. All of these things are universal justice, okay? And universal justice is bigger than man. It incorporates man, but it is bigger than man. So, I mean, if you don't understand it, I mean, if you're young, I understand. I'm trying to tell you about it. If you don't understand it and you're old, I don't even know what to say for you. Because somewhere in life it should have taught you the law of reciprocity. What you reap, is what you sow. Excuse me, what you sow is what you reap. And what you do unto others will be done unto you. I mean, even in, the great philosophers, even Jesus said, however you receive a person, that's how you shall be received. Whatever you give or presence or prevalence that you give to a person, that it will also be given unto you. So the way that you look at people is really in high regards, or in a good regards, in how people are going to accept you and look at you. I always was envious of the happy-go-lucky people, because the happy-go-lucky spirit is an overwhelming, overcompensating, uncompromising, optimistic spirit. And it even looks positive in the midst of dismay and negativity. So that's the conquering type of spirit that we should have in this day and time, the happy-go-lucky spirit. Because like Bob Marley and Kendrick Lamar said, everything's going to be all right. Good does win. Good conquers evil. I've seen it. That is the mountaintop. This has been Tim, the Black Cannabis Culture. Thanks a lot, and have a wonderful day.